When you land in Glue for the first time, this is the screen that you see. I'll just go ahead and click Getting Started. As we have already discussed, AWS Glue is a powerful ETL tool that makes it easy for you to create your ETL workflows. To add a database in AWS Glue, we just click Add Database. We're going to call this database DB Test. Once our database has been created, we can go ahead and add tables. To add tables in Glue, we can either create tables manually or we can make use of a crawler. We're going to call our crawler crawl test. Please note that objects in AWS Glue are case sensitive. So please try to avoid scenarios where you have title cases in your S3 locations because that will lead to issues when you're crawling your data. The additional options that you have here are tags and security configurations. You can use tags to map the objects for billing purposes. I'll go ahead and click Next. If you have existing tables that you have already created, to avoid schema mismatches, you can point to this existing tables option. In this case, I'm just going to click Next. This option here allows you to choose what you want to crawl. You have three options, which is JDBC, S3, and DynamoDB. In this case, I'm going to leave it on S3. You can browse the S3 locations that you want to crawl. In this case, I'm going to select this one. Your Exclude Pattern is an option that you can make use of to avoid certain datasets that are in your S3 locations that could mess up the schemas or the data that you want to interact with. This is useful for scenarios where you have S3 bucket with mixed objects. So for example, I can only say in the prefix that I want to go to, I only want CSV files, exclude anything else that is not CSV. Or I can say exclude all Parquet files. So I can just go ahead and click Next. If you have scenarios where you want to add multiple sources, you can select Yes and add additional include path. I'll go ahead and click Next. This layer allows you to choose the IAM role that you want to make use of. The role should have the necessary permissions to read the source that you are interacting with. In this case, I'm going to select an existing role that we have in this account already. Then I'm going to click Next. This layer allows you to choose the frequency of your run. You have various options already included, but if none of these are useful to your scenario, you can choose to run at a cron interval that suits your use case. I'll go ahead and click Next. Here, I will choose a database that is already in my environment. A prefix is optional, but we can choose to add a prefix of our choice. The grouping behavior is an optional parameter that you can choose should you want to group schemas in each S3 path. There are various options that are also available to you here. You can choose additional options here to control the behavior of what happens on next crawls or on deprecated objects in your bucket. I'll go ahead and click Next. So this is the process of creating a crawler. You just click Finish to end the process, and then you can choose to run the crawler. Classifiers are useful when the inbuilt classifiers fail to understand or to infer the data that you are crawling. You can write your own classifiers of different types. The options that you have are the ones that you see on the screen. This option allows you to set up encryption and secure your data catalog. Workflows are containers that help you to incorporate multiple objects in your ETL to pipeline certain events one after the other. We're going to discuss this in the next few courses. Jobs are the ETL jobs. You have two job types in AWS Glue. You have Python shell jobs and you've got Spark jobs. AWS Glue auto-generates code for Spark jobs in two languages. You can make use of auto-generated code or write your own code for Python or Scala to do your ETL jobs. You also have ML transforms that help you to do fuzzy logic and additional other machine learning transforms on your data. Triggers can be used as listeners to events to run your jobs on schedules, or on certain job events. Development endpoints help you to develop much quicker and set up notebooks for developers to enable them to quickly develop their ETL jobs. That's it for a quick walkthrough in AWS Glue. We'll be unpacking some of the components as we go further. Thank you.